Hey everyone, it's Jacob Jake's Metal Chat. I hope you're all well and having a fun Halloween wherever you are in the world. Been a while since I've done a chat. Can't remember the last chat I did now. Oh yeah, Zorn of Zonheim. That's the last one I did. This time I have a fellow metal YouTuber who I've seen at very many gigs. I don't think I saw him as much at Bloodstock this year, but we are going to talk about that. And this is Chris Taylor of Crushing Sounds. How you doing?
I'm doing awesome, man. Thank you so much for inviting me on. I'm very excited. I watched a lot of your stuff, so this is really, really cool.
Much. Yeah, I'm not drinking alcohol. I haven't got that much beer. All I got is rum, and I'm not gonna kill myself. So just
No worries, no worries. I'll
some
stick
coke,
with my knob gobbler, as we call it on the channel, or
knob
hobgoblin.
gobbler,
Hobgoblin to use its official title.
of course. Yeah. So I mean, I did have some speckle home, but I drank that for my
Wow, naturally.
my radio show. So
That's too easy to drink that stuff, you know.
just go. It's like done.
Yeah, it's gone.
So like, well, I lost my beer. Yeah, welcome to Jake's Metal Chat. I keep forgetting to change it on Zoom. Sometimes people see it as Jake Bristow. It's like, oh, cool, let's find him on Facebook. No, it's like, no, I don't want to. No, I don't. No, just no.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll leave you alone.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Except for those who are friends with me in real life. So, Chris, here's a question I ask pretty much every guest I've had so far, and I've had too many. Where did your journey into metal begin?
I would say, probably started because I have a twin brother, right? And we were both sort of had like the odd rock band we enjoyed here and there and whatnot, just like casual fan of various music. It wasn't ever really into popular music or anything. It was always like the guitar centered stuff. Until one day, went around my cousin's house and Guitar Hero came out,
Yep.
as I'm sure many metalheads can recall. And Before I Forget by Slipknot came on, and I didn't recognize the song. I'd heard it somewhere before, but I just sort of thought, that's Slipknot. That's fucking awesome. So we just sort of just complete dive into the genre. I've said it enough times on my channel. Slipknot were such a big moment for me when I discovered. It was right around All Hope Is Gone had come out was when we discovered them.
Wow.
So they, of course, then went on their long hiatus, so to speak. So that was torturous. But yeah, just after that, it was just diving into so much stuff. Bullet for My Valentine was big for us as well, but you won't catch either of us admitting that these days.
Not really.
But yeah, just sort of the floodgates open. I think we were, I don't know, around 14, 15 at the time. So quite a long time ago now. But yeah, it was sort of love at first listen, basically. We were both exposed to it, and we both just sort of spread out from there, separated. I went off into nowadays, I love like prog metal, symphonic metal, folk metal. He loves his like thrash metal, death metal. Not that we both don't enjoy all the metal that we listen to, but we definitely have our areas of specialization, so to speak.
Yeah, man, that's fine to split off into your own little comfort zone, as it were. I mean, I listen to mainly death metal, thrash metal, black metal, doom metal, folk metal, sludge metal. Don't listen to a lot of deathcore or
Mm.
metalcore. I like there's some I like symphonic metal, some power metal,
Mm.
but mainly the genres I just said.
Sure, yeah. I do try to cover a wide range on the channel for sure. And as I say, there are plenty of death metal bands that I love. I love Decapitated, Cannibal Corpse, Cattle Decapitation is one of my favorite bands of all time. Um, Fun fact, if you mentioned deathcore, there was a video I was working on a while ago that I never finished. I might go back to it one day. And it was sort of the working title was, I guess deathcore is good now, because I'm finding a couple more deathcore bands these days that I'm actually thinking there's actually some good stuff in that scene. It's not all just your Carnifexes and your Die Artist Murders. You've got stuff like Lorna Shore, which I think is sweet. Shadow of Intent, She Must Burn are great as well. So, you know, the more I explore, the more heavy metal there is to love, and that's why I probably will never get tired of it.
No, because there's always lots of new bands. Because obviously during lockdown, obviously
Mm.
don't talk about that anymore because it's forbidden. And
Be a
also a
be an
great band,
event.
and they're playing Bloodstock,
Oh, yep, absolutely.
and I can't wait. Discovered a load of bands, and obviously 2021 still like, oh, we can't go outside. I want to go for a walk. Well, you can do that. I found like Frozen Soul and Coffin Mulch and these really nasty, disgusting sounding death metal bands, and I listened to a lot of those pretty much on a regular basis. Obviously, I just did a collection update video, and Vacuous was the last band I showed in the video, and they're from London, and I was gonna go see them in London for Necropolis, but I couldn't make it in the end, so that sucks. But I did see Coffin Mulch back in July.
There's a Coffin Mulch.
Yeah, Coffin Mulch.
I have to check that one out. That name is brilliant.
Yeah, from Glasgow, really good. If you like punky sounding death metal, that's kind of that sound. But and then I asked the guitarist, do you use a HM2? He's like, no, he's just got different pedals that make it sound like that.
Fair enough.
It sounds very HM2. That's the thing. I like my Swedish death metal. So like Entomb, Dismember, Grave, and those who mainly use the HM2. I think Unleash use it. I'm not sure. I think At the Gates do sometimes. I think. I'm not sure.
Sure. I mean, I am a guitarist in the band, but I'm not the best, most well versed in gear. I'm more just sort of, what sounds good? That does. I'll use that.
Use that. Yeah, because I started playing guitar first.
Mm.
Didn't play any guitars in any bands. I started playing bass, so that's why I'm the bassist. And,
Yeah.
and the band's like, it's the bassist's fault. It's like, what about the drummer? No, it's his fault as well. Never the guitarist's fault.
Oh no, never.
Never the guitarist's fault. It's like, oh yeah, they messed up the solo. It's like, damn it, you rhythm section guys.
Oh no, I did not mess up my solo. I played a cool new jazzy improv moment, which you just don't appreciate.
No one ever appreciates the jazzy solo, like those solos. Obviously, there's a lot of bands out there that do a lot of technicality, and just like, I rub it in that you can play that. I can't play
it. yeah, I know what you mean.
All the stuff I play is all the bands I like mentioned, like stuff from like Entombed and that, like the more punkier type of riffs. I'm more of a rhythm player than a lead. If that makes any sort of sense.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, I like to play stuff that's sort of it mostly rhythm, but sort of crosses into lead occasionally. Like Michael Ackerfeld from Opeth, he's very much a good example of that. So that kind of thing, basically. Like rhythm stuff that moves. You know, it's not all just your power chords. Not that that's not fun, but when a rhythm section moves a bit, this is like that hidden bit underneath the lead line. That's really, really fun.
Oh yeah, of course. What goes from there to there, and all the stuff where this is just obviously just the guitar tone just sounds just pure filth. Like Meshuggah set at Bloodstock this year was just pure filth. That's what, where the guitar tone just is like tuned down to whatever, and then they got a certain pedal, certain amp, and it's just got that really dirty tone. I'm like, oh, you just put dirty. Oh, that's very pristine, dirty.
Yeah.
But that's the sort of stuff I'm into. I like a lot. I like some prog bands. I was going to mention prog because you just mentioned you like prog and symphonic, and obviously like folk metal.
Well, there's a folk metal. It's like there's a few folk bands that I love. I'm not like a massive knowledge base on folk metal, but stuff like Elvati is a big one for me. They're huge. Very important for my channel as well.
That's one of them.
Yeah, sorry.
That you carry on first.
I've also, I can't believe I forgot power metal as well. Both me and my brother are obsessed with power metal. We talk about that quite a lot on the channel as well. Anytime Blind Guardian breathe, we're talking about it.
Blind Guardian. Only seen them once, and that was Bloodstock 2017.
Yeah, that was my second time seeing Blind Guardian. I saw them at London a couple of years before. I think they're playing that same venue again next year, and me and my brother are going to that, which should be a lot of fun.
If there's still tickets, I'll go.
Yeah, I can't. It's off the back of the new album, which came out. I say new album; it came out last year, I think.
Last year.
Yeah, but yeah, very excited for that. They don't come to the UK too often anymore. They used to come up. They used to come a lot more frequently, from what I understand. But in recent years, I guess I don't know. UK's less profitable for European bands these days, I guess. But I'm sure we can all point fingers.
Yeah, that's the problem. We're not pointing fingers.
Mr. Rishi.
Yep. But yeah, I was going to say about Elvata. That's one of our influences for Avintel, along with
I'll bet
Corpicloni, Ensiferum. Because the person who did Ensiferum's logo did our logo.
Oh well, no way. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
if you look at the similarities, you can. If you
Yeah,
put
fair
them side
enough.
by side, be like, oh yeah, it's like,
Fair enough.
oh yeah, it's like, cool. I can't remember the person's name now.
Ah, no worries.
Blanking on my. I've told people this when I like share it, like on my phone because that's my backdrop
Mm.
where it was the Warhorns show we did back in September. That's my background on my phone. That's the word I was looking for.
Right. Cool. That's really, really awesome.
So because I remember, yeah, because I remember can't can't remember what gig I met you at. Like, what was the first one? I can't remember now.
I think it was definitely at the Griffin. I know that.
Yeah, it was good. Would be
Naturally.
the Griff.
Yeah. I can't remember what gig it was, if I was just there for the heck of it. I'm not sure. Because I went up to you and I said, "Hey man, I watch your channel, I really, really
Yeah,
enjoy
you
it and
did. Yeah,
whatnot."
you were talking about.
And you said, "Do you follow me? Because you look familiar." That's because
That's it. Yeah.
because I only moved to Bristol coming up to a year ago now.
Yeah.
Um but I studied in Bristol for college a few years ago, hence why I feel like I have an affinity for the local scene. But I only moved here a year ago, and that was one of the first times I was at the Griffin, just as a resident of Bristol, I guess. So yeah, I can't for the life of me remember what that show was.
Uh,
Um,
I can't remember.
yeah, because
No, I'm blanking.
yeah, I'm trying to remember what I've been to in the last year. I saw Moon Reaper with El Caparth at the Griffin. I've seen
Might have been that
Battleborn at
one.
the Griffin. Oh, El Caparth, sorry. What the fuck? Forlorn. Shit.
Belong. It might have been that gig. Actually, I'm trying to
I
think.
have seen El Caparth
The
at the
one with
Griffin.
with
But
Moon Reaper. Because
yeah,
I think they were still a 4-piece at the time.
no, I think that was one of their first shows with Sheeran in the front
Oh, it might have
because
been. Okay, yeah, that
that's
makes
why
sense.
I went down because I wanted to like see what there because I've been mates with Morgan since we studied at college. I saw
Well,
Moon
that's how
Reaper
you
in it.
met Morgan.
Yeah, I saw him. I saw Moon Reaper in its original formation for an exam at BIM, and
Bloody hell.
they were fantastic. They always have been. But then I saw the shake up to the lineup, Sheeran in the front. So I thought this could be cool. Let's go see what they're like. And I remember shouting at them, "You guys are better than you've ever been." And they very much appreciate that, as you can imagine. But
As you
yeah,
can imagine.
yeah, I've known those guys for a long time, and I make no apologies for how often they appear on the channel because they're just great.
Well, I mentioned them earlier in my collection update, and I've known Aiden since I'm trying to remember when I met him. No, it might have been 2015, 16, because he was in Craniation before.
Oh, we're okay.
It's a death metal band with Millie from Basement Torture Killings.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's a connection.
Yeah, so I just because I remember just seeing him, I thought, who's this new guy on bass? Because the other person playing bass went on to guitar, and I thought, who's this guy? And we started chatting, and we had a lot of the same bands in common, so just went from there.
Yeah, awesome.
And you mentioned Slipknot earlier,
Mm.
because obviously I was into Slipknot when I started getting into the metal thing. Obviously, I was already into Metallica and Pantera and Slayer, and then I found Slipknot, and I just mixed it all up. And now a lot of the bands like you mentioned already, I might go back to Slipknot for like nostalgia purposes,
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean.
but maybe
I
I
mean, we
don't
all have
mention that
that.
on my channel.
We all have that one band that we
One band
don't like to mention that we enjoyed.
because all the stuff I listen to now is
It's like
like
it'll
you just mentioned.
ruin the credibility of my channel if they know I like Bullet for My Valentine.
Like put him in a box. I was like, oh, please don't.
Mm.
But no, all the stuff I listened to was all the. Well, obviously, I'm wearing a band like I saw on Saturday, and I haven't seen him in like a good few years. The Infernal Sea
Oh, of course. Yeah, they're great.
from the east of England, wherever the hell in the east they're from. It just says on the tell east of England. Of England. It's
The
like
most easterly point of England,
easterly.
surely.
They're probably just like they're under the E of the east. Oh,
Yeah.
they're right there. But, yeah, there's so many great black metal bands from the UK. I'm trying to remember all the top of my head, but these guys obviously.
Yeah, sure. Black metal's sort of something that I've very recently started to delve into. But even then, there are some like pure black metal that I like. I quite like Bathory, like
Yeah,
classic Bathory, Dark Throne as well. But a lot of the black metal I like is sort of tinged with a bit of folk. So like
yeah.
Winter Philith, Saya, I adore.
Oh,
I
so yeah.
fucking love Saya. I'm seeing him for the first time in Brighton this December. Cannot fucking wait for that. But yeah, as I say, yeah, tinged with a bit of folk. Just it adds a little bit more epicness to it. If music's epic, then I'm into it, basically.
That, that's awesome because there's a band I can recommend to you if you don't know them already. Primordial.
Oh yeah, of course. I haven't heard too much yet, but what I have heard is great. So
Ireland.
definitely want to stick on the list for sure.
Yeah, really good. I've seen them like don't know how many times now, but no, it's just really good because there was one show that he did. I think it was at Bloodstock. One show he did where there's people like just cheering or singing a song that he done. I think they do it a bit of cleans. He couldn't keep himself together. He was trying not to cry. I was like, because that's because as metalheads, right? We support our favorite bands,
mm-hmm.
and then they get overwhelmed by it, and it's like, damn.
Yeah, that's always one of my favorite things at like Bloodstock.
Yeah,
you go to like the earlier bands on the Sophie stage or the New Blood or Jaeger stage, and you just whenever you see a band like going, I can't believe this is happening. That's always really such a special moment to be part of. As even on the main stage, you see that sometimes when Svalbard played in 2021, they were just like, "This is fucking ridiculous," and it was
just like, what's going on?
It was so cool. It's so cool just to be there and give that experience back to them, you know, because they give us some awesome music. So if we can do that for them, then you know it's a symbiotic relationship, this heavy metal thing.
Yeah, definitely, because you probably had that as well. Have you played live in bands?
Oh yeah, so I'm in a band called Smilemore, who are quite
active.
Yeah,
I've seen you guys.
quite active in Bristol at the moment. We were in Moon Reapers final for Metal to the Masses, and we thought as soon as they got to the final, we went fuck. But no, all good because as I say, all the guys in my band went to the same college as Morgan and Sheeran and that lot, so we were all good mates with them and whatnot, and it was such a cool vibe. Like be like our mates are in the final as well as us, and we all went to Bloodstock front row to check them out. When they were there, and it was amazing. But yeah, so yeah, I've been in Smilemore for since its inception, I guess, but just before COVID, really. And yeah, we've done some really cool shows. One day, I pray we'll get to Bloodstock. We'll see. That'll be I can die a happy man if I play Bloodstock Festival. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Same with Avondale plays Bloodstock because that'd be good.
Yeah, you guys will go down really well as well because it's kind of harkens back to the classic roots of Bloodstock, that kind of folky black metal-y kind of thing.
Because they get all sorts. Get obviously death metal, black metal, thrash metal, doom, and then you might get that odd industrial metal band. I know they had Godflesh there quite a few times. Or they might have only been there once. I know they weren't there. I know they were there in 2015 because they're on the Sophie stage.
Right.
But yeah. Well, let's talk about Bloodstock before I ask you how the channel
sitting on my hands too much. Don't want to talk about Bloodstock.
Let's talk about Bloodstock. Let's talk about Bloodstock this year because there was a lot happening.
Yeah,
like lots of bands. Moon Reaper playing the I was going to say Sophie stage. Let's hope they get on the Sophie stage.
Yeah,
Blood stage. Sorry,
it's definitely coming. Yeah,
because pardon my French, as you say, or pardon my language, but fucking hell, what a set! I managed to film one song, Decrepit, which Aiden then commented on the video on my Facebook saying the song's called Decrepit. It's like, I should have actually asked him at Bloodstock, what the hell's that song? But I didn't, because I was just like, go see this band, go to the Serpents there, because I had the Rock Society pass, so I can go there and get beer in there, so having a queue up in like the bar down by the main stage or something. But but what a set for Moon Reaper! Come on.
Yeah, that was a really special moment. Not gonna lie, as I say, I'm sure you know this as well. Having known them for such a long time, to see them climb through the ranks of Metal to the Masses to get to that prestigious spot was just such a special moment. Just to see your mates being able to do that, because I've been to Bloodstock many times, even on the New Blood or Jaeger stage where you can get right up close to the band. It's still like they seem like gods. These people, they're on the stage, they're being amazing and whatnot. When it's someone you know so well that is up there doing it, it makes it more real and it's inspiring. It's just, you know, because anyone could do it, and you know it's possible because you've seen how your mates have done it. But yeah, so that was an incredible moment. Not going to forget that anytime soon. And genuinely, they're just such a good band. I'm not just saying it because like mates or anything.
That's what I said as well. We're not
they-
because we're saying that not because we're their mates and everything, because they are genuinely an excellent band.
Genuinely fantastic, yeah.
Fantastic.
They deserved it for sure.
Oh yeah, because out of all the bands in the final, they had the most crowd participation because they were just like, you got Sheeran and Morgan just going, "Come on, bang your heads" and all that stuff, and it's like, well, they're just naturally born, you know, fronters of the band, like naturally born to do that.
Yeah, had you walked in on that final, you without knowing any of the bands, you'd be mistaken for thinking they were like the guest headliner. Basically, they commanded the stage that well.
They just commanded it so well. And another great band there as well was Froglord.
Yeah,
those guys were fun.
Yeah, they're great. I saw their I think it was their semi-final, and they didn't go through. They were the wild card pick for the final, and I heard from Moonreaper they actually came second on the final. Which is great. So hopefully see more Froglord going forward because they're really fun.
Bloodstock, because they went well.
They would go so well.
But yeah, Moonreaper at Bloodstock was just.
There are no words.
They're gods is like they're just normal.
Yeah.
Just go chat to them. They have lives. They got other halves, and got families and stuff. They're not like these big we're gods. We're like the biggest, heaviest band in the world. They are heavy. I'm not denying that at all. But yeah, they went down so hurt at Bloodstock because I was watching them instead of I can't remember.
Heaven Shall Burn, I think, were on the main stage.
Yeah, Heaven Shall Burn. I thought.
Which I did kind of want to see, not gonna lie, but I was never gonna miss Moonreaper. It was never gonna happen.
No, you can't miss Moonreaper. You can't miss your mates on stage.
Well, I reckon even if they weren't my mates, and I just heard their music like Heaven Shall Burn and Moonreaper side by side, I probably would have picked Moonreaper. I quite like Heaven Shall Burn; they're quite epic. But yeah, Moonreaper, without a doubt, I wasn't gonna miss it.
Hands down for me, it was always going to be Moonreaper. I was going to go watch that day. Heaven Shall Burn. I haven't really listened to much, so. Well, I've heard like maybe a couple of songs.
It's like atmospheric metalcore kind of thing, which you'll either love or you'll hate. Basically,
let's turn that on and see what I think. Because my mate John, who's rejoining Avinto because he's in the band years ago, he went like three or four of the songs for the EP. That's how at the moment. Throne of Evil. And he's trying to get. He sent me a link to Lorna Shore, one of Lorna Shore's albums.
Okay.
Can't remember which one though. I was like, I'll listen to it. I don't really like them.
Yeah, sure. With Lorna Shore, you've got quite the discography because they've gone through quite a few vocalists. I'd recommend anything with the new guy, Will Ramos. So that would either be the new album or the EP that came before it. Anything before that, you're getting older vocalists, which is still decent stuff. But anything with Will Ramos in the front is like peak Lorna Shore, in my opinion.
I've heard like Into the Hellfire, and that's just.
Oh, I mean, you can't avoid that song. It was everywhere.
That's a dirty song.
Yeah.
Absolutely dirty. And they were at Bloodstock, but unfortunately, I missed them when they played Bloodstock. So I was just so like.
Was that the heat?
Yeah, I only saw like maybe two bands that day. They were on. Based was one of them.
Oh, they were so good.
I thought I'm not going to pit for them. What did I do? I pitted for them.
Yeah. Have you seen they're playing the Griffin in February?
Yeah, I saw.
I've nabbed my ticket for that already. Yeah, definitely go to that one.
Got to go to that, and yeah, it'd be good to see him at Bloodstock again as well. And getting back on that subject, because I watched a bit of your video about Bloodstock and saying there wasn't a lot of things going on in like Midgard, and I can agree with that. There wasn't very much binge jousting, or because me and my mate Gareth only managed to see binge jousting on the late Thursday evening, early Friday morning,
I
and
think
it wasn't that much.
yeah, I think there was definitely a weird, a different atmosphere in Midgard this year, and
Something felt
I don't really know where that came from.
something felt off.
Yeah, I saw some bin jousting across the weekend, but it normally got shut down immediately because there was obviously tragically someone passed away in Midgard
Yeah.
one day, not related to any sort of shenanigans or violence as far as I'm aware.
No.
But I think after that they got very strict with regulating exactly what everyone was doing. So like any bin shenanigans got shut down straight away, but there was a lot of people pumped up ready to start shit. So
Yeah.
we saw a lot of like fight pits and like human jousting, which looks like the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, I saw that. I was like, what the hell are you doing?
What is wrong with you?
Yeah, because there was the Portaloos near where I was camped in Midgard, and there was one guy who just decided to run and jump into one of them.
Yeah, it was weird. I've seen a lot of people like on the Bloodstock forums blame the influx of hardcore bands as to why the demographic might have changed. I think that's kind of bollocks. I
Agree
can't,
with you on that.
but I do agree there was a slightly different vibe going on, and I'm not entirely sure why that was.
Don't know why it was either. Usually when I'm there, people are like, "Yeah, there's been joust or
Mm.
whatever," and sometimes someone they'll like get a big group of people and I go for like from Midgard to like Ironwood
Doing
to
like a war march, yeah.
Asgard, Valhalla, which are the two ones you see when you walk in for anyone that hasn't been to Bloodstock yet. And these are usually the two camps you would like to start with. But most people are like, oh, where's the best one? Oh, it's Midgard. But the atmosphere kind of sometimes it is really up, sometimes it's really down or somewhere in between. I don't know, but something fell off.
But yeah, I mean, it's only it's the only time I've personally witnessed that. I mean, I've been going to Bloodstock every year since 2017, I think. And this is the only year where something has felt a bit amiss about Midgard. So hopefully it's just a one-off.
Let's hope it is, yeah.
Because I'm so intrigued as to what they mean by this. But Vicky said that next year they're allowing the bin jousting.
That's
I am
what I heard.
very, very skeptical about that. There is no way in hell for any health and safety legislation on this planet which will allow them to let us do that. There's got to be a catch.
I'm just very, very very eager to see that when we get there.
There could be like foam bins and everyone's in like padding and shit.
Like, oh, get your bubble wraps. Like, what?
Yeah.
Because I first started
sign this waiver.
Yeah, sign this waiver and you'll be fine. It's like signing a waiver for like a really spicy food challenge or something.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's involving bins. But yeah, I've been going since 2010. So I started going when I was 18.
You've seen it grow?
I've seen it grow basically from what it is now. But obviously everything the layout's always been the same. And then they obviously open like I just said the Camp Ironwood.
Oh yeah.
That was never I don't think that was ever there when I first went. Because my lot always camped in Asgard.
Okay, that's one of the ones by the entrance, isn't it?
Yeah, because you got Valhalla on your left, and you got Asgard on your right. But once you're in the festival, Asgard's on your left.
Yeah,
Valhalla's on your right. But Midgard's always been down there, so all you got to do is walk out of where your camp's in Midgard, walk straight down your by the entrance.
It's not that bad, really. It's not that bad anywhere in Bloodstock, though. Really, it's not a long walk at all.
And you can hear the bands.
You can hear the bands. It's not like download where you're about 10 miles away.
Yeah, you're just like, really.
I don't know if have you ever done download?
Yeah, I did it for 2005. I was only 13, so I only went for like the day to see Slayer and Slipknot with my mum. Like, I needed to go. I couldn't go on my own. So I was like, "Oh, you can't see this." I was like, "Oh, System was down on next," but I had to go home because I had school the next day.
Oh wow!
But I saw them in 2011 when I went, so that's when I started camping. Now, so I did 2005, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 18, and 19, and that's it.
That's it. I've only done 2. I
I
did
got the download dog tattooed here, but I'm
ah,
just gonna get
sweet.
2005 to 2019, and it's like, yeah, I'm done. Just tattooed. Yeah, I'm done.
Cool. Yeah. Do you still enjoy download?
There were times where I did, because they would get like bands I actually like. They had Corrosion of Conformity play there a bunch of times, and if they get more bands like that, I might just go for the day. I'll just stay in a hotel because I was sick of doing that long walk.
Yeah.
Which with Bloodstock, you didn't have that long walk. Because no matter where you were, if you were normal camping, it was only like maybe 5 minutes or something. You're in VIP or camper van, or you're an artist camp. Again, is not that bad. And Bloodstock always had a good atmosphere. Well, to me, it always had a good atmosphere. I can't talk. Always had a good atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes where the atmosphere, sometimes it's been good, sometimes it's been weird or bad or something. But I don't know. It depends on.
Sure. Yeah. 9 times out of 10, Bloodstock is like the friendliest metal festival that you can go to. Basically, I've only done Download twice. Both times were before I'd ever done Bloodstock. I mostly went. The first year I went was because Slipknot were headlining. That was 2015, I think. It was right after the Grey Chapter came out.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and then it was that was good. That was that was Slipknot, Rammstein, and Iron Maiden, I think. And then I think that was the year. I remember again.
2015.
No, it wasn't. It was Slipknot, Muse, and Kiss is what it was.
Yeah,
next year was Black Sabbath, Rammstein, and Iron Maiden. I went to that one as well. Both were washouts. Washouts, long walk. I thought, I'm sick of this. I'm going to Bloodstock.
Yeah, because 2015, I went there with my mate and his now wife at the time. It was his girlfriend. Wednesday, Thursday, it was fine. It was sunny.
It was hot.
It was hot as hell because Thursday we left the campsite to go get some like stuff from Co-op, so we had to get a bus from there to Co-op. Just a pain in the ass. Me and my mate ended up getting sunburnt.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Because me and my mate together before they got married and everything, just bad, just as bad as each other. It's like that at Bloodstock. He was like, yeah. And like there's they had they got the showers in Midgard, and they never fenced them off.
Oh, did they not?
Recently. That's one time where he went posh showers. And I think he just jumped into one or something.
That's
can't
amazing.
remember what year it was. It might be like 2011.
I mean, with the queues it racks up, I'll bet people get a bit rowdy. I can't believe the queues for the showers at Bloodstock.
That's the other thing in Midgard is like you get like some people who wake up maybe like 5-6 o'clock in the morning, line up and then
line up for the showers. Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm just like, there's a tap. I'll just stick my head under that with some shampoo and wash my head under the tap.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Well, some people need those homely comforts. I know the bassist of my band. He goes to the showers every year. He can't deal without it over some point over the weekend. It's so funny.
Yeah. Well, there was one of our mates at our camp this year. he used to shower pretty much every day. I waited until I got home and I was like,
suck it up and enjoy it when I get home. Yeah,
I'll enjoy the shower, even though my hair's going to be matted to absolute hell because I got fine hair and that's just bad.
Yeah, I've got curly hair, so
that's worse.
It clumps up, and I've started windmilling in the pit, and I'd knock some fucker out next to me.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Oh God, especially 2022 as well. As like, fuck me, it was so fucking hot.
Oh yeah, that's why I went under the tap. I got a shampoo to just wash my hair.
I think it's most water pipes or just people just doing their faces and whatnot. God, that was difficult. Not gonna lie.
Just got a pipe and just go. Yeah, I like about Midgard as well. You got that little shop
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I go to
And
that relatively often.
because last year Bloodstock, a lot of us bought like a lot of beer and stuff. Some had like cool bags. Well, my mate Gareth had a cool bag, so we take it in turns buying ice and just fill up his cool bag and put beers in it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
we
we
did the
did
same
that.
thing this year.
Yeah, we did that this year. I've always championed Bloodstock for having like the bet. If you want a beer, you're in good hands at Bloodstock. I refuse to acknowledge Timothy Taylor's as our beer sponsor now. It's always Hobgoblin, but I do want to know because I felt like such a fucking moron because I did my Bloodstock guide video this year, which did really well. Um, that in the map for the site they had a Guinness bar and I saw the video of them showing us the Guinness bar. I never saw it.
Yeah,
where it was supposed to be, I went there, it's gone. So I'm
I couldn't see it at all.
I went exactly where they said it was going to be, and it just wasn't there. But I know it existed because I saw the video of them putting the fucking thing up. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's what I was saying. Yeah, because they had it up, and then I got to where it was supposed to be. I think roughly where you might be talking about. It was a bloody cocktail bar.
It was supposed to be like next like the Red Bull stand by the Sophie stage.
I thought it was meant to be, but then I was like,
it just
where is it?
vanished.
I
Have they
wanted a
run out?
Guinness. I wanted a Guinness.
I wanted a lovely Guinness for like £6, £7, whatever the hell they were charging for it.
Well, yeah, and again, obviously, yeah, Bloodstock's friendly, but the other thing is food prices.
Oh my god. It's I mean, I don't know if it's
Bloody
strictly
food prices.
I don't know if it's strictly a Bloodstock thing because it's the only festival I go to. It
Oh, it's
might
any
be
festival.
any festival. I would imagine it is, yeah. As somebody who's only been going to Bloodstock
Maybe the
since
European
2017, year on year, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. It's yeah, it's just completely unfeasible now.
Because I think I paid like 12 quid for like a mac and cheese.
Yeah.
What's next is going to go up to, it's like, oh, you're going to pay 22 quid. It's like, what the hell is this crap?
Me and the guys I was camping with, you just saw right on the first day, right, everyone fan out, buy something, and we'll all report back on what was a good value for money, and we'll go there for the
I'm
weekend.
actually getting some cash out for the cash receipt, even though they charge you as well.
Yeah. 9 times out of 10, if I went to the cash machine, there was nothing in them. So, you know, it was, yeah.
Because I thought, I'm not going to just keep using my card, I'll get a bit of cash out. And I managed to find one of my favorite food vendors, Bunny Chow.
Oh, yeah, that's my go-to.
I love Bunny Chow. I'll try and do, because I try to pick which ones I do every year as like a ritual sort of thing. Bunny Chow's one of them, like maybe like the Friday or the Saturday. Sunday, maybe the mac and cheese stand or something else. Because I did Rock Society so I can go to the Serpent's Lair. And one of my friends who I volunteer at a different festival called Fantasy Forest is more folk was working at what's it called, Scandinavia.
Okay.
Which is like burgers and ball sausages on fries. It's really nice because they were at Fantasy Forest as well. And she said, "Oh, I said, oh, who's going to be at Bloodstock?" And most people would like say, "Oh, me," and all that. I'll be there. And she said, "Oh, I'll be there." I was like, "She's going to be working around one of the bars, the bar and VIP." And no, I just saw behind the Scandinavia store. I was like, "Well, there she is." So I just ate there most of the time I went in. I thought, it's closest thing. I fancy some dirty fries with some boar sausage on the top.
That does sound heavenly, not gonna lie.
It's really nice, and nice little coffee vendor in there, and the bar, which when I went in there, actually, I went to go get a drink just to take a break. Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny was on.
Great.
I was like, so forget the bands for a minute.
Yeah, just gonna watch.
We got Jack Black and Carl Gass on screen.
What do you get for Rock Society? Because I've never done it.
Obviously you get the entrance to the VIP bar. You know where the Lost and Found bit?
Yeah.
There's a little seating area that's for the Rock Society members to sit there because they don't want to stand all day. You get different sorts of goodies, and like I got a water bottle, so I take it on my walks now. You get t-shirts if you pre-order a t-shirt, patch, key holder, like like these
All right, cool.
sorts of things. I think there's more.
Sure, yeah, because I saw, I think just today or yesterday they advertised that they're coming out for next year and whatnot.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I just bought. I bought mine earlier this morning.
there you go. Fair enough. I've never done it, but you know, you think the amount of press I give Bloodstock, they might save one for me, but not yet.
But and also you can, I think you can organize a tour on the main
Oh
stage.
yeah, they like do a
That's the other one.
raffle of the backstage, don't
It
they?
is a raffle, so I did it. I did it for this year, but I didn't actually go to do the tour because I was
It's
just
too many bands to see.
I was just like in my tent, like, and this is another to bring it up. This happened to me and my mate when we were at Bloodstock. Our tent doors were open,
Right.
so I think someone opened my tent,
Yeah.
took my wallet, took my cash out, and just dumped it by the entrance and buggered off.
What? So they didn't even take it.
No, they just. I was like panicking, thinking, "Oh, someone's just nicked my wallet and my card and everything." Look by the entrance.
It's
Okay,
there.
look to see if my card was there. It's like, oh, good, my card's there, and I was like, oh, my cash is gone.
Ah. Well, you know,
Like,
it could have been worse, I suppose.
I was just like, well, I would have been annoyed if they were nicking my beer.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I feel so. They're after your Rock Society membership.
Like, I had the wristband on. It's like, yeah, you're gonna cut this off my wrist.
Cut your arm off, yeah. Yeah, that takes me back because my first ever festival, right? I grew up in a town just outside of Reading. So when I was 16, I went to Reading Festival. That was my first ever festival. And I camped. And while I was sleeping, someone went into my camp and into my tent and took my wallet while I was asleep. And that is a very, very violating, scary feeling when you wake up in the morning and your shit's gone.
Yeah, like you wake up, your wallet's gone, your
Because
phone might be gone.
you know he was right there in my face. He definitely
Yeah,
rested his nuts on my face.
if I wasn't asleep, I would have just been like, I got my house key. Someone comes in, they're getting stabbed in the face with my key. But I started doing this because in my tent I had this little hook so I could put a lamp on it. I just started putting that around the zips.
Oh, right. Okay.
So if someone tried to open it, they wouldn't be able to.
Oh, that's a cool idea. I used to like put bells on the inside so they would jingle, so they'd freak out and run away.
I'll have your guts for garters.
Yeah, exactly like that. Exactly like that.
I'll just get up to like, yeah, that's right. Swat.
Yeah, it was a big problem this year apparently.
Oh yeah, there was like
theft. I think
a lot of people were just.
So Bloodstock's Bloodstock's a bigger festival now. It gets targeted. It's just how it has to be. We got to be more careful.
Yeah, because I'm very tempted just to keep like my valuables in my like pockets of my shorts or whatever I'm wearing.
Yeah,
so people can't find them.
Yeah, apparently the Kill Switch mosh pit apparently was like a crime zone. Like there's so many people after Kill Switch on the forums going, I just got pickpocketed during Kill Switch. So
oh, me and my mates were at the back, like not way at the back, but like somewhere between the back and kind of near the front. So we didn't have that problem.
I was quite close. I don't want to say where I keep my stuff because I know they're watching. No, I've got like hidden pockets like up top that are a lot harder to well, it's my denim jacket in it. The pockets are up here.
Oh yeah, cool.
I don't take my smartphone to a festival. I just, what's the point? I take a cheap Nokia brick, which no one would want to steal, and then yeah, and then like valuable stuff like in front of me, so that it's a lot harder for people to get it off me, as so to speak.
Yeah, so to speak. It was like, but yeah, that's never happened to me at Bloodstock before until this year, and I was like,
yeah.
What the hell they do this?
It's like it's quite brave to try that at Bloodstock, because at Bloodstock people will beat the shit out of you if they catch you.
It's like I'd be like, what's the sharpest thing I bought in my bag? Oh yeah, my comb with a little metal tail on it.
Did you hear about the guy? Did you hear about the guy in 2022 I think it was during one of the Sophie headliners that this kid held up his phone to like record stuff, and someone grabbed it out of his hand to try and make a quick getaway, and people spotted this and they beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah,
Awesome. Love a bit of vigilante justice at
vigilante
Bloodstock.
justice at Bloodstock, and that just shows you how much someone will go in the aid of someone.
Yeah,
in the
yeah, sure.
metal scene, and you know, brotherhood, sisterhood, all that stuff.
Yeah,
you know, because that's what drew me to metal. I was like, it's not just because of the music. Then I was like, these guys are really cool. But then people think metalheads are these nasty looking people. It's like, no, show a kitten or a puppy in my face, I'm gonna melt.
yeah, definitely. See, I didn't experience the I guess the community vibe of heavy metal for quite some time because, as I say, I grew up in a small town outside of Readingfest. No metal scene, not a thing. It was just me, my brother, and a couple of our other mates. Really, it wasn't. I mean, I kind of knew it existed, but I didn't experience it properly until going to download Bloodstock, and then now moving to Bristol, where there's you know where to go in Bristol to find heavy metal. Yeah, you go to the Griffin or you go to the Exchange, and there's a band on, and you can live that community basically. And that's kind of why, because as I said, I studied in Bristol. Then I went home after I finished my studies, and it was just essentially saving up till I could move back. And now I'm here.
Now you're here, and
it's been a good year.
It's been a good year, right? So, for anyone going to Bloodstock, be sure, right, to keep your belongings on you at all times, and have like trousers and shorts with like inner pockets with a zip so they don't fall out your pocket.
Yeah.
Obviously bring food with you to eat at the campsite, because sometimes food prices bit or steep. I was gonna say a bit steep. They are steep.
They are terrible.
They are terrible. Bring enough drinks with you. Whatever you don't drink, take it back home.
Yeah.
If it's a really blistering hot day, take a lot of water.
Oh, for God's sake, yeah.
Like last year, that was terrible. And well, actually, if you just want a complete guide on Bloodstock, watch Crushing Sounds video.
Yeah, basically, if you follow our channel between June, July, and August, it's mostly Bloodstock.
Just Bloodstock related content. And speaking of the channel, how did that come about?
So, as I mentioned before, I got into heavy metal alongside my brother. We both talked about heavy metal with each other, with our close mates, all the time. New albums, who are you listening to right now? What's good and whatnot. Then I went to university, and that connection went away because I could text my brother about stuff and whatnot, but I wanted to do proper deep dives, talk about heavy metal. So Crushing Sounds started originally as a blog on Google Sites, which I think still exists somewhere in the interweb somewhere. I've not taken it down, and I've not put anything up on it in, I don't know, fucking ages at this point. But I think it does still exist. But you could, I remember looking back, you can really hear the way I speak in those blogs. So it was always destined to be like a video style, podcast style review thing. So yeah, I just would look up on Loudwire what heavy metal band albums were coming out over the course of the year, see what took my fancy, and just write about albums that were coming out that I wanted to talk about. But I was quite closeted about it for a while. I didn't tell anyone that I was doing this. It was more just an outlet kind of thing. Yeah. Then I moved it to Facebook, and our earliest video reviews are on Facebook, and they're terrible.
As they are when you start.
As they would be. Excuse me one sec. So I shared it with a few of my mates, and they said you got quite a good voice for this. So then one day, I don't know what inspired me to do YouTube, because to tell you the truth, I don't like YouTube that much as a platform.
I can see why.
It's you got to be chasing the algorithm all the time. Heavy metal just in general doesn't do that well on YouTube. Comments just have a terrible reputation on YouTube. But I think I moved over there just because it was easier to upload stuff, really. Because Facebook, I did a reaction video on Facebook where I reacted to like Spotify's new heavy metal playlist, and Facebook just took all the audio out of the video because of copyright, and it just
copyright claiming all that stuff.
So then I moved to YouTube, and I found out normally on YouTube there are some bands and labels that are an exception to this, but normally these days, if you use copyrighted material, the copyright holder can say that's fine, they can use it, but they can't make any money on it. There are some exceptions to that. Some labels are more strict about it than others. As I'm not making any money on this because I've only got 246 subscribers or anything, that's fuck it. I'll take the hit. I'll just I can share the music that I'm talking about. It's just a easier platform basically, and you get more metrics on YouTube. You get your views, you get your demographics, you get your subscribers and whatnot. So it was a hobby for quite some time. For many years, just this thing I did in the background while I studied music and whatnot. And then on a whim one night, I emailed the hurdy-gurdy player of Elvati and said, would you like to come on the channel just to talk about because she has a YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, she does, yeah.
I was like, do you want to talk about that? Talk about Elvati, talk about hurdy-gurdy, heavy metal and whatnot. To my complete surprise, she said yes. So she was like, yeah, that sounds awesome. When would you like me to come on? I was like, oh, fuck. I've still got a screenshot of me sending that email to my brother and him going, what the fuck? So that was a massive deal for me, having Michalina on the channel. The fact because we had, 7 subscribers when she said yes to that would have done nothing for her to do that. But she said, yeah, let's do it. And I was like, that was amazing. It was such an incredible, just to chat to someone who I admired like that and seemed so far away that I'll never meet, to come on the channel and talk about music, how she joined Elvati, and all that. It was just amazing. So I thought, I'm going to dive into this more. So then more album reviews, more band interviews, top 10s and whatnot. And it's just been a blast. I've had a lot of fun doing it. It's come full circle because she's been on the channel again since, talking about her new band, Lyra, which was amazing. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun just talking about heavy metal. That's basically all it started out being, and that's all it still is. I still love doing it.
That's amazing that you got her on. That's amazing. Because
yeah,
at first my channel was just a regular channel. I didn't know what the hell I was going to do. I did all sorts. Because my first ever video I did back in July of 2008.
Wow.
And it was me it was called Death Metal Rules. It's absolutely atrocious. The video's atrocious. I was about 16 or still 16 at the time. I had a shaved head here, stupid looking mohawk that looked just awful. Not this. A scab from where I thought was a blackhead. And I'm not making the best facial expressions like I am now. I just watched it because I've been tempted to do a reaction of myself watching that back and going, oh God, what the hell's going on? But now I'm different. I'm 31, going on 32 next month, actually, on my birthday's Saturday. And just thinking about it, it's just stupid. It's ridiculous. But then I showed off my film collection and stuff, and I was like, I have a lot of CDs. I love metal music, so I started showing off CDs and stuff. And then over lockdown, I was like, what am I going to do? I can't go watch bands and film them because you've seen on my channel how many bands I've filmed.
Usually at the Griffin.
Usually at the Griffin. Sometimes it might be the Exchange or the Fleece or something. And then someone who ended up becoming one of my guests, his name's Cam. He has Rabid Dog film production. I think it's that on YouTube. I can't remember the top of my head. But he was working on a death metal documentary. I don't know if it's out yet. Called The Growl.
Haven't heard of it, but I could have.
He's been working on it, spoke about it, but nothing else has come of it yet.
Right.
As far as I know, I haven't spoken to him all because he's just been doing his own thing. And he said, "Oh, for your channel, do you interview bands?" I was like, "Well, I thought about it." And he said, "Well, maybe you should."
Mhm.
So I started doing that, and obviously my first one was with David Gregor of the band Mortis Scold, old school death metal. Been around since the early 90s.
Mm.
And then I had David Gregor, I had John McEntee from Incantation, Chris Froyford from Autopsy. Who else have I had? I've had a lot of list goes on.
Yeah.
I've had local bands. I've had two of the guys from Embodiment, Finn and
Oh
Harry.
yeah.
Ascaris. Are you
Mhm.
familiar with Ascaris? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What else have I had? Matthew from Repulsive Vision.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I've had Repulsive Vision as well. Yeah.
He's a good guy. I actually met him when I went to Sweden, and he plays in Woombath,
Okay. I didn't know that.
a great Swedish death metal band. And the drummer who they got used to play in a band called Body Harvest,
Ah, wicked.
John.
Oh, I wish I'd known that when I spoke to them.
Yeah, I didn't have I haven't had anyone from
Hmm.
that band on there. I've had I gotta look at my videos because I've had so many
You've
different
done loads of Jake's Metal Chats.
Jake's Metal
So
Chats.
yeah.
I haven't episode them. I just say Jake's Metal Chat and whoever I'm talking to now.
Yeah.
I've done too many episodes. I just stop this.
Yeah.
I've had Lena and Danny from Van Sind who played Warhorns, so I got to see them for the first time. Obviously I played the same day as Zornheim, so I had Zorn. Nice guy. Very nice guy.
Sure.
Let's go on. Obviously, I've been doing collection videos. I'm gonna do some new videos because I got someone named Melanie Loves Death Metal. She's a YouTuber in Florida. Yeah, Florida. She does something called Melanie Loves Black Metal like every Monday.
Right.
So I'm thinking, well, I love death metal. Maybe I can do that every Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'll just show off my favorite death metal albums from each year. And then my mate John, who's in Aventel now, he mentioned this on my not my YouTube channel, my radio show, Jake's Metal Sessions. Like, oh, Jake should do something called Jake's Metal Vault, where he just blurs out a random fact about a metal band. I'm thinking that's perfect for the YouTube channel.
That sounds fun. That sounds fun.
So I got like old school albums and like early 80s, mid 80s, late, all that. Yeah. This goes on. But I still like to film the odd band.
Yeah.
Because the last band I actually filmed was Moon Reaper.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't filmed any others since. I'm thinking, I'll give it a rest for now.
Okay.
Until Moon Reaper does like another headline set or something. Maybe I'll just film the whole thing next time on.
Yeah.
They like my footage because as soon as I sent it to Aiden, so I couldn't send him over Bloodstock because going back to that, the signal was terrible.
Yeah.
I sent him it. He said, "Oh, you filmed the whole song, legend."
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, yeah."
Yeah, it's a weird sort of dynamic shift because like headline shows, people stick their phones up. I'm like, put your fucking phone down. I can't see shit.
Down.
But like at like underground shows with not many people, it's like
That's who I mainly film it for.
It's like this is special. Let's capture this, and the band will appreciate it because they probably haven't seen themselves on video before, so they'll probably really enjoy
how do we
that.
do live? Like,
yeah, exactly.
The footage,
exactly.
like, oh, we did pretty well.
Yeah,
Some might have like tripped.
Yeah, I still get really vain whenever people have got photos or videos of my band playing. And I'm like, can I see them, please?
Yeah, I did that with Aventel. Like when we first played Warhorns in 2022, I'm like, how did I do with my bass? Because there's some bits where I'm just like headbanging, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't want my hammer face. Now I want to headbang. Now, mate, you bloody mind up. Because there's heavy metal entertainment, and our metal YouTubers, Little Dan, Big Dan. It's Little Dan that does all the filming, and he managed to get a good bit of footage of us playing this year's Warhorns. Really good.
Yeah, they were a big inspiration on the start of the YouTube era of this channel. Mostly they're like Bloodstock content, really. was a really big deal for us.
Yeah.
Me and my brother met them for the first like couple Bloodstocks that we went to, and they're really really fun guys. So
Yeah,
that's
they're
that.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, it's more Little Dan now because it was only him at
Yeah.
Bloodstock this year because Big Dan only does the smaller ones like
Mhm.
Warhorns and I'm trying to think all the other little festivals.
They went to the disastrous Hammerfest this year.
I was gonna go just for Unleashed, but I'm just like, do I really
I
want
was
to
tempted
make
to
the
go
effort to go to Birmingham and
yeah. I
be
was
like
tempted
just watch Unleashed and bugger off back to Bristol?
I was
Or
tempted to go
wander
for
around.
the. I wanted to go for the meme. Just like video myself at this car crash of a festival. I didn't in the end. But yeah, all I mean, I no shade at any of the bands who stuck with that festival, but man, what a disaster!
Yeah, because HRH Hammerfest is just Hammerfest HRH is just terrible because I went
Yeah.
to HRH Vikings 2019, 2021 last year, and there was like a couple of mates of ours who played back mine and Alex's, and they didn't get paid until like a year later.
Yeah, because I went to a Hard Rock Hell, I think in 2018 maybe, and it was like dirt cheap. Evil were playing. I thought, great, let's go.
This is
But
British Fresh.
yeah, if you go for the day, I don't think. Well, I didn't. I didn't know about all the horrendous stuff that company is known for. It's only like through bands talking about it in the years following, just how unreliable and people who bought like hotel packages and no hotel room was booked for them.
I did the same thing.
How does that even happen?
That's the thing. He's like, you do the hotel packages, and then you might get them like, okay, it's there. Okay, well, actually, we got the hotel package, but then Big Dan and Little Dan had, I think they were meant to stay in a hotel in Birmingham, or it might have been someone was speaking to them at the festival, saying that they did the hotel package, and for some reason, the hotel didn't have their name on.
No idea who you are. Yeah.
I don't know who you are. What's HR? What's Hard Rock Hell? What's Hammerfest? What is this? But then, the years I've gone, they've been okay. I mean, like last year's was actually pretty crap because they had all these bands. Like you got the main stage. This is at the O2 in Sheffield, by the way. And they have there was a stage upstairs, but there was no bands playing that stage. It was all the main stage.
Right.
So many bands pulled out weeks and months prior to the event.
Yeah.
But it wasn't all bad. We had the Christmas market and got myself a hot chocolate with Bailey's in it.
I do love a Christmas market. I'm not gonna lie.
I was in Bristol. I was in the centre of Bristol. It's setting up.
Stone's throw from Bath Christmas market as well. Yeah, I do enjoy Christmas market. Just have some warm cider and whatever lager they've got on.
Yeah, it's just, I love it. But
and cheese, always cheese.
Cheese. Me, it's usually like the sausage stall.
So
you get your
like the bratwurst, currywurst. Yeah,
that's what I mainly go for. It's like I need my bratwurst or my currywurst, so a mulled wine.
Yeah,
and I'll be perfectly fine. But yeah, like HRH Vikings, it was good. I went to one Hammerfest up in North Wales. It was this caravan park holiday resort. It's okay. And I was like, I got the VIP package. What does that get me? All it got me was a little seating area to myself and a little bottle. That was it.
A little bottle of what?
Like little bottle of like spirits and things in it. I was like, a blinking beer.
Brilliant. It's like, can I have some mixer for this? No, you got to pay for that.
Oh, you got to pay for this. It's like, that's just not on.
That's fantastic.
I'll just go to Subway and get myself a turkey and ham sub. What about that?
See, I always wondered, if Metal Hammer get really pissed off about this, because when I first saw Hammerfest, the first time I saw it, I assumed it was affiliated with Metal Hammer, and I thought they probably want nothing to do with it because it's such a disaster.
Yeah, because me and Alex were talking about our intel trying to get on like HRH Vikings. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think we're going to do it anyway.
Yeah, I'll join it just to pull out.
Oh, because we obviously we know Glenn of Warhorns who runs it, because they're doing something else with Heavy Metal Entertainment called Warhorns Vikings
Right.
up in Wakefield, which has got another band I was going to recommend to you as well, Vanaheim.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
As you know them as well. I'm trying to think bands you know and don't know.
Oh, there's plenty I don't know. Don't worry.
Oh, I got a list. They're all mainly those like death metal bands with that dirty, nasty, dark sound. But I got other bands because I checked out a new band recently from Denmark, and I kid you not, I know I'm going off topic, but we're talking metal, but it's still in metal. Don't worry. It's a band from Denmark, and I kid you not, one of the similar bands to them is Vintrol.
Oh, no way.
They're called Trolled. It's
Trolled.
Trold. Trolled.
Right. No vowels.
No vowel. I just looked. I no, because I was listening to. I was on Spotify, and I think it was after I listened to Elvatial. Some band. Sometimes I listen to a certain band, and then song ends, and then it goes into a band I never heard of. And just one song came up, and I thought, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And the vocalist, he does like, well, I've only two songs so far because I got a new album out. Does clean vocals, and there was one song I heard where it just sounds like just pure black metal vocals.
Brilliant.
And I looked up, I was like, I know I am not talking where they from. It's like Denmark. Oh, cool. Similar artist, Vintrol.
Great.
I was like, I got the Vintrol vibe. This is great. Now can this band come to the UK? But yeah. But like, well, yeah, our channels in a way are similar.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I don't do is album reviews.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was always the bread and butter, really, of the channel. Is what I started the channel for. It's definitely what I still do most, but I enjoy doing them. They can be very tricky to do, because you kind of have to create something to talk about sometimes. Back when I started doing this, it was just when something came up and I felt like talking about it, bang, I talk about it, we're done.
That's it.
Now it's more of a thing. I feel the need to keep it more consistent. Like, I can't go a month with no video. I need to have something. But I really, really, really try not to just review an album for the sake of reviewing an album. I will pick something because I have something to say. But that's not always easy to do, which is why in the last few years I've made a real push to do more interviews. Or I did a reaction of Rolling Stone's top 100 heavy metal songs, which was really fun to do. Didn't perform too well, but it was really fun to do, and I'd like to do more of that kind of thing in the future. But every now and then, sometimes an album will come up, and I'm like, I've got a lot to say on that. I wrote the script for a new video yesterday, which I'm going to record either tonight or tomorrow, for the new Wargasm album, because I heard Storm at Bloodstock 2021, I think it was, and thought it was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. This new album has come out, and I've got things to say. So there's this little sneak preview there.
Sneak preview of people.
Yeah, album reviews are tricky. They can be very tricky.
Yeah, I'm not good at writing things down. Usually, when you watch my videos, I get like little notes. So I've done that with like my favorite underground metal releases. So I've done Sweden and America so far. I write down the bands, where they're from, what year they formed. So I got that note, but most of it just comes at the top of my head.
Right, yeah. So peek behind the curtain here, all my stuff is entirely scripted. Album reviews, it's 99%. I've written down what you hear me say.
Yeah, I need the script one stuff.
Yeah, it just makes it a little bit easier for me because I'm not very good with immediate reactions. I can't just listen to a song, a new song, a new album, and off the cuff start spewing my opinions on it. I have to marinate and sit on it a little bit. So that's just easy enough for me. Just while I'm thinking about it, write it down, and then I can just read it off. Interviews as well. interviews as well, I write down verbatim how I'm going to word out the question, which has its pros and its cons. It means it can be a bit less free flowing than I would like it to be. But that being said, I always say my favorite interviews I've ever done on this channel are where I've closed the script and when it's just the conversation starts flowing. I can only recall that happening 2 times, but those are my 2 favorite interviews.
Nice. Yeah, because that's what I do for my charges. Like, I got the questions, they're in my head. So, like, first one I asked you, and then about Bloodstock, and then about your channel. But then mostly it's free flow.
Yeah.
What
I
we're
must
doing
say,
at the moment.
this is very surreal being on this side of the Zoom dynamic because I think, oh,
Yeah.
should I prepare what I'm going to say? But no, this is all free form.
Yeah, it's free form. Yeah, because I got briefly interviewed on one other YouTuber channel because he does like really long live streams over in America, and I thought, oh, I'm not sleepy, so I just got on. He just asked me a bunch of guys. I thought, this is weird being asked this.
Yeah,
So I'm losing one Slack chatting to people, and it's like, well, bugger me. So what am I gonna do? But yeah, I want to go back to Bloodstock.
mm-hmm.
Obviously, Moon Reaper was one of your favorite bands. What were
Yep.
your other favorites?
So I've gone on record on most videos I've talked about this year's Bloodstock that I think the Sophie, New Blood, and Jaeger stage this year utterly destroyed the main stage. Most of my highlights this year were from the undercard bill, so to speak. So with that, Moon Reaper obviously were fantastic. Apathy on the New Blood were really good there. They won the I think like Cornwall Metal to the Masses, I think. They played the Griffin a couple days ago, actually, so I caught up with them again there. They're great guys. They were great. Tribe of Ghosts on the Sophie were incredible. They played the New Blood the year before. They're from Brighton. They are fantastic, like post metal. Definitely go check those guys out. Dekesis were great. They were great.
I'm friends with Gemma and these guys.
Awesome. Hit them up because I've been trying to get them on the channel.
Yeah, I'll message Gemma saying,
I've been in talks with their PR person.
yeah,
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, yeah. I want to try and get them on here as well.
Who else? Brothers of Metal were fantastic. Power Metal, brilliant. Loved it. Oh god, there's definitely Phoenix Lake. They opened the Sophie stage on the Sunday. Really cool, melodic, heavy metal. Skies Turn Black on the Jaeger stage. Kind of traditional metal with sort of the soaring notes of power metal. So they were lots of fun as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah, because I
didn't mention a single main stage band.
No, there wasn't many main stage bands from me. Well, maybe a few.
I mean, Gatecreeper, yes, they were great.
I saw them in Bristol last year on the 4th of July. Funny enough, they were holiday.
Yeah, they were.
It's our holiday in America, and you know what? And they said that they were happy to play it here at the Exchange.
Yeah, that's the day we celebrate. We got rid of the Americans.
Go away.
I mean, I loved I loved Kill Switch because
that's nostalgic for me.
I have a nostalgia, yeah, for the class. I love Megadeth, so that was really fun. But I saw them at Bloodstock 2017, and I think they were better at that one.
Yeah,
I caught most of Meshuggah. I left to get a good spot for Brothers of Metal, who played immediately after. But what I did see of Meshuggah was truly mind blowing. I mean, that their singer, that is a man who stands there like he knows his band is hot shit. He's just got such a stance, you know. They were so magnetic to watch. I would have loved to have seen the rest of it.
Yeah, I mean, what's another band like Offness? We played.
Of course, yeah. My brother caught them. I went and saw Phoenix Lake. We kind of went, right, you go over there, I'll go over there. We'll talk.
And we can reconvene some.
Yeah, exactly.
In the middle.
Exactly what happened.
We reconvene by the medical. Fuck it.
I'll find you.
I'll find you. Oh, you dead? Well, my leg's dead, but you know. But who was now about before Meshuggah? It was Triptychon performing Celtic Frost.
Yeah.
I was like, gotta listen to some Celtic Frost because I never got to see Celtic Frost when they were still a band. And obviously, Martin, who was the bass player in that band, is when did he die? 2018, I think.
Pretty recent.
Yeah, 20. It was in the 2010s, so it really sucks. But hearing those songs live, I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah, that was really special as well. Yeah,
Loved
that
it.
was a good one.
Who else? Gatecrew. I mentioned Gatecrew with a Crowbar.
I didn't see Crowbar. I missed that one.
Crowbar. They're really good. It was very sludgy. Basically, bloody fathers of sludge metal. One of them anyway. Sophie Stage, obviously. Frozen Soul.
Yeah, well, I mean, Thursday I normally see them all.
I
If
just
I'm
saw
there.
Frozen Soul, and I might just see Frozen Soul, to be honest.
God, of course, I forgot. Visions of Atlantis, I loved.
I missed. I was with
so
my
good.
mates, but I did see him with my mate's band, Ye Banished Privateers, which is pirate folk. Not
I mean, that's match made in heaven, right there.
Yeah, they were on tour with him. I was like, Visions of Atlantis, and then because I checked out one song, Melancholy Angel. I thought,
Oh yes,
song.
It's basically Nightwish with pirates.
Nightwish with pirates.
And I had to convince my mates about this because they thought I was mad. I really, really like Skinned. I can't explain it.
Yeah.
I don't. It's not metal. Don't get me wrong. It's not a heavy metal band, but I don't know. I loved the aesthetic. I loved the atmosphere. I loved the subject matter, like the theming. I don't know. I thought I've really enjoyed their music. So I was like, I have to see what this is like live because I've no idea. And it pulled me in. It was magnetic. It was hypnotizing at points. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, that's cool.
I know a lot of people didn't. I thought it was great.
Yeah. I don't feel like I don't know, I didn't catch them, but headliner wise for Sophie Stage, I have to be the well, I enjoyed Candlemass obviously because I love them with doom metal.
Yeah, I caught some of them as well.
I can't remember what day were they Friday?
They were Friday, Brothers of Metal on the Saturday,
That's right.
and Biohazard on the Sunday.
Yeah, Biohazard, Zillan Order were playing.
That's like a move. They moved it.
Yeah, they moved it, but still, that was one of my favorite bands.
They were great.
The Sophie Stage, absolutely loved it.
Oh, and obviously Embodiment as well.
Embodiment. I was just like, my mates are on stage, and I was like, they're gods, they're normal people. I've said this. They are normal people.
It was great because I was telling my mates, it was like it was kind of like I'd interviewed quite a few bands at this year's Bloodstock before this year's Bloodstock. So there was Moon Reaper, there was Repulsive Vision, there was Tribe of Ghosts, and just after this festival, I interviewed Becky Baldwin, who of course is in Fury.
Yeah, I know her personally.
So there you go. So yeah, it was such a good year for local up and coming metal talent. And that's what I love Bloodstock. People are banging on lately about how Bloodstock's becoming a mini download fest with the hardcore and metalcore bands.
Oh, I've heard that. Yeah,
it's like okay, maybe the main stage is getting a bit more safe, but the undercard of Bloodstock you would never see at download. Not in a million years. And
as long as those bands,
as long as that undercard of Bloodstock stays as loyal to the scene as it is, Bloodstock will always be my favorite festival.
Yeah, because they get a lot of the bands I actually like. Because I go to download, I'm not going to get Gatecreeper. I'm not going to get Frozen Soul. I'm not going to get anyone like that. Zillan Order, yes. Sugar, yes. Municipal Boys can play Bloodstock download. They're just an awesome thrash metal band. And
I'm sure they've played Reading Fest or something stupid like that.
I'll just go to Reading Fest for the day just to see Municipal Waste and bugger off. But that's about it. Yeah, what other bands are like? Offness, I said them. Ambrius.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I know the bassist and the vocals because they used to be in Ocot.
Yes, of course. I had them on the channel before they were announced on Bloodstock. Even there was like a couple of months before. I saw them supporting. They were playing the Griffin. They were supporting a power metal band, I think, from somewhere in Europe. That was on my birthday. Actually, I went on a whim. It's my birthday. Fuck it, I'm going to the Griffin. And I chatted to them, and I got them on the channel, and they're lovely guys. They're big advocates for this channel. Actually, they engage with a lot of the stuff I put out, so they're amazing guys.
That's yeah, I love those guys. First time I actually probably watched them because every other time they come from like, oh, I'm too tired or I'm skinned or something. But then I saw
Yeah.
my blood start. I thought, you know what? I know I'm hungry right now and I need coffee, but fuck it, I'm gonna go straight to the Sophie stage.
I'm amazed we didn't cross paths more this year. I think I've
Oh,
bumped into you once.
you
But it
bumped into
sounds
me
like we
once.
saw a lot of the same bands.
They're probably just in different parts of the crowd.
Mm.
But you did see me and Alex come out of the Sophie stage.
That was during the Blood Rave.
Yeah, we just had a chat
Oh,
about stuff.
oh, another thing. That Bloodstock was weirdly different this year. The after hours entertainment was very strange this year.
Yeah, because I miss my mates doing the four DJs of the Apocalypse, which was always on the Sophie stage.
It's the that rave thing. Who was that for?
I really don't know.
I mean, no disrespect to the guys who do it.
No, I'm not.
They're
Disrespect at all.
they're very active on the Bloodstock forums, and they want to do a really good job. So I respect the fact that they probably thought it'd be really fun.
On that.
But it was not that good.
It felt weird at that festival.
Yeah, it didn't work. I went to the Silent Disco for the first time this year. I've never done that before, and that was quite
disco.
That was quite fun. Not gonna lie, they need a bigger bar. I mean, that new you know the New Blood, right? That bar is not big.
Not big at
Now,
all.
now fill that tent, and that's your only bar. And if you leave that tent to go to the toilet, you have to queue to get back in because it's one in, one out. So it's a tiny
stupid.
that needs overhauling.
Yeah, because the only club night I really did on the in the main arena, because I did one in the Serpent's Lair, was a friend of mine who used to play in a black metal band called Eastern Front. Darren, long black hair, long black beard. He did a black and death metal night.
Right.
I thought that's perfect for me.
That wasn't on the New Blood, was it? Because one night they did.
Yeah, he was in the New Blood.
They did like a death metal night on the New Blood one night.
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah, there was not a lot of people there.
No, I was like,
I don't know, because
people like in Black and Death. What's going on?
Me and my brother walked past, and there was like no one there. And I think my brother, maybe kind of hit the nail on the head. He went after a whole day of Bloodstock kind of music, and he goes to like a club night. He wanted it to be a bit more, for lack of a better word, fun. Like you go to the typical Sophie club night, it's your obvious stuff like Slipknot, Mudvayne, Disturbed, System of a Down, and yeah, we all at Bloodstock, we prefer our music to be a lot more, I guess, extreme. But after a whole day of that stuff, and we've been drinking all day, we'll all scream Duality at the top of our lungs when we get there. Really,
yeah, that goes without saying. You would do it.
So I don't know if a death metal night might have been a bit too more of the same, is the point I guess I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, he sometimes plays bands that I've never played Bloodstock, so he might just play some band that no one's gonna know. But obviously, we're all there, and like he might play like, for example, Vacuous, who I again mentioned. He might play that. I'm like, I know who that is, but someone's like, what the hell's this?
If I was gonna do a club night about like death metal, it would be stuff like Hammer Smash Face or I don't know. I can't think of any more classic death metal songs now.
Slowly We Rot by Obituary.
Yeah. You know, like crowd pleasing death metal, basically.
I'll still do that if I did a death metal night, but then I'll just play the most obscure.
It just worm in something really.
A lot of people are like, oh, I know this band, but then people are like, can you put on some more Morbid Angel? That is coming in the next 10 songs.
Can you play Day of Suffering, please?
Day of Suffering. Oh, that sounds great. So put on some Deicide later.
Oh, speaking of Deicide, you've seen today's announcement?
Yeah, I saw that.
Very excited. Deicide.
Because they got announced before, but then he.
Yeah. Let's see if he shows up this time. But yeah, I do like Deicide. They're really fucking cool.
Yeah, because some people say Deicide. Obviously, in America, it's Deicide. Some people in England say Deicide sometimes.
I say Deicide.
Yeah, Deicide.
My general rule of thumb is how does the band say it?
The band says Deicide. It's Deicide. And it was like with the band Tyr, they say it a certain way.
What's it like? What is this obsession with people with calling it Celtic Frost?
It's Celtic Frost.
I know but so many people say Celtic Frost.
Like, well, I know the difference. No, like obviously it's band Celtic Frost, but then it's like the football team, the Celtics. I don't know.
I see that.
I don't really know how that works, but it's Celtic Frost. Is it right?
It clearly says Celtic. I don't get it.
Celtic. You know, like
I saw this really fun Loudwire video. It was like bands tell you how to pronounce their names, and it will like runs through a bunch of different names. I think Amon Amarth are on there, Elvati are on there, and they all like go like, "Oh, Elvati, you don't pronounce the U, it's just Elvati." Amon Amarth goes, "Oh, it's this mountain in like Middle Earth, like in Elvish and whatnot." And then it gets to Garia, and he just looks deadpan at the camera and goes, "Garia," and then it moves on.
And that was another favorite band of mine.
They were great. They were great.
I was like, oh, I'll stand here. And I was just like,
God, there's so many good
I am so mesmerized by these guys right now.
There were so many good bands this year. I keep forgetting who was there.
Yeah, I forgot. I was just like bumping into people chatting and then going to Serpent's Lair and then going back to the campsite and then getting food when I actually had the time to like, mate, you're going to be hungry. Go get something. But yeah, like certain bands, like going back to, you said Elvati. I heard someone call him Eluvate.
Oh God, yeah, Eluvati.
No, it's like, I'm like, oh.
It's like I still cringe because the first question I asked Michelina when she came on the channel, I said, right, I've got to get my fanboy question out of the way here because I need to know for certain because I have no idea. How do you pronounce Eluvati? And she looked at me and I thought, oh God, I've got that completely.
It's gonna kill me.
And no, to her credit, she went, yeah, you take out the U, Eluvati. I swear I've heard members of that band pronounce it differently.
Yeah, because I looked on the Metallum page for their band. It even tells you how to say it. It's like L-B-T.
I am notoriously bad with getting names correct on the channel. There's a video that I did where I reviewed an album by Unrequited, and of course, being black metal, he put a V instead of a U. So for the whole video, I called the band Unrequited. The whole thing.
Oh dear.
I am useless at pronunciations. Every time I'm pronouncing a band member's name, I'll look at the camera and say sorry because I'm terrible.
I'm so sorry that I messed up your band name.
Yeah,
you know, and I did this before with Sepultura. I went, oh yeah, it's Sepultura. Yeah, it's very easy to say it. But then I watched like footage. I found this on YouTube, and it was footage of him back in 1986 playing Brazil, and the crowd saying Sepultura. I was like, is that how you say it? That's how I found out.
Yeah, I can't remember what I first called them.
Yeah, and I had a mate of mine, I haven't seen him in years. He said, oh, I love that band Sepultura. I was like, no, it's Sepultura.
Sepultura.
I love Sepultura. I'm sorry, what? Can you say that again? It's like Sepultura. Hello, how do you say it? Sepultura.
That's kind of a cool way to say it, though. Sepultura.
Because I met Paolo at the Griffin when he played with I still got the CD out.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, because
yeah,
they were playing Culture Tree. I said trees. I don't know why I said that, but I'm just saying. Culture Tree. You're gonna hit in the videos. Like, now you just said, it's like, now I feel like an idiot.
I do know a little bit of Spanish, so that's something I can pronounce.
Yeah, those guys are from Venezuela. I looked them up.
Okay, cool.
I was like, culture trees. Now I'm just gonna correct myself for this because people are like, he said it wrong. I'll remember to say it in the next video when I do my end of year video. It's most likely going to be one of my favorites.
You just splice me in like that.
It's like crazy. It's like get out of my. But no, yeah, I met Paolo there, and I didn't tell him. It's like, oh yeah, I used to call your band Sepultura. Sepultura.
I bet he gets that a lot.
Oh, he gets that a lot, but he was just really cool to chat with. just proper chilled out. Just
Yeah, I'll bet.
he was just like fine with people coming up to him, having pictures, and because there's a lot of bands, a lot of members in bands that are like, yeah, come and have a picture, and some are like, just after they play a show, they just go back to the tour bus and they didn't come out.
Sure.
You know, like Glenn Benton did that when he played Bristol 2013. Didn't interact with the fans. He just after the show went back to the tour bus, and that was it.
Fair enough.
The other guys did, like Steve, the drummer, Steve Ashheim, who's the drummer. Jack Owen used to be in Cannibal Corpse. I think he's still in the band, or he's gone.
Keeping up with Cannibal Corpse members is a is a Herculean task.
Yeah, it's like I had Chris Whiteford from Autopsy.
Yeah.
The only problem they had was trying to have a permanent bass player.
It's normally either the bass or the drums. You just
well,
can't
lucky
keep
for
them.
them, it was Chris who's the vocalist and the drummer.
Hmm.
They didn't have that problem there, and obviously I spoke about that with him on channel, like with the bass players and stuff. And even said in the documentary, he always had a problem with just keeping a bass player because I got a new one now. And I saw Autopsy at UK Death Fest last year in London.
Oh, awesome.
Which Aidan was also at because he loves that stuff.
He does. He also loves his power metal and
power metal, folk metal, because he got to see us play at the Griffin with Battleborn and War Shepherd.
Mm-hmm.
He said he was already going to the Battleborn gig, but seeing my band was like a extra bit of, I can't remember what he actually said, but extra bit of like joy or whatever. I can't actually remember the word. Extra special. I'll just say extra special.
Yeah.
He said something else.
Yeah, I remember that gig. That was such a good night.
Yeah, you came as well.
I did, yeah. And of course I bumped into Aidan. I was like, I knew I'd run into you at this one. I had War Shepherd. I spoke to them that night. They were on the channel a couple of weeks after that, which is awesome. I've had Battleborn on the channel as well, and they did not recognize me, but it's fine. It's fine. That's
probably not going to remember any of us.
I mean, that's one thing. That's actually something funny I actually had to learn the hard way on this channel, which is something I didn't anticipate before, is that the people you interview, they're not your mates normally. It's like you can have like the most amazing 2-hour chat with them. But it's they chat to a lot of people, and you kind of you have to temper your expectations as to whether they'll remember you the next time you meet them. Because I interviewed Serena Cherry, the singer of Svalbard, after their Bloodstock show 2021, and it was such a good interview. We talked on a lot of stuff, a lot of deep stuff, and it was such a cool video. She said at the end she'd love to chat with me again because she loved it so much. Then they played Bristol like 4 months later, and she didn't recognize me, and that was a big deal for me. It's like I thought we had something there, but yeah, I learned. It's like it's professional. You can't expect these people who are so busy and talk to so many people to hold on to that kind of thing. It's not their fault.
Yeah, it's not their fault.
They do this a lot. You just have to be prepared for that, basically.
Yeah, well, so far no one's done that with me yet. Because they're all like I remember it, like with Chris. He remember Chris Whiteford. He saw me at UK Death Fest, and he just went, "Oh yeah." Camley, it took a bit of a while because I Camley Massacre, because they also playing it. Is like, hey man, how you doing? Is like, you on my chat? Is like, oh yeah.
yeah. Some people have recognized me, but yeah, it's not something I assume anymore that they will.
It all depends really. Like, I'm just saying, like, for example, if you had like Danny Filth, is there a good chance he's going to remember who you are?
Probably not.
Yeah, that's why I'm like pushing on one side, because you and I, we've met a bunch of times. We get on really well, so, and obviously we have the same blinking interest. We love metal.
Yeah. Have the same favorite pub.
And bands, and obviously I've seen your band play live. You've seen my band play live. Again, that support network.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
And obviously there's a lot more of metal YouTubers out there. There's a bunch I can recommend to you.
Oh yeah, I know quite. I know.
Death
No,
Doom Metalhead. He's really good,
too
Liam.
many. Yeah, because I'm trying to think of like what decent sized metal YouTube channels. Unless they're tied to like a magazine, I can't think of that many. There's like a Banger TV from Canada. They're
TV.
massive. Questy from the UK. He's like got 15, 16,000 subscribers, which is quite good for like basically does what we do. And he goes to Bloodstock every year. He's really good. But I'm sure there's like loads of like channels our size that I haven't come across yet.
Yeah,
But
not
in terms of like metal channels that do what we do, that it's their thing that they do, there's almost none. And
no.
that links back, I guess, to what I said, that YouTube does not give a shit about heavy metal.
Yeah, exactly. You know, all my YouTubers I watch, you know, there's Ken's Death Metal Crypt and all this stuff. It's mainly just death metal, old school death metal. His knowledge is just stupidly ridiculous how much he knows. Liam, who plays in a band called Consecration, he has his channel Death Doom Metalhead. There's Mark Gibson. He goes by Mark G. We'll see on YouTube as a band as well called Enchantment.
Mm-hmm.
Death Doom, really good. Melanie loves death metal. I mentioned it earlier in the chat. Really good channel because I've had her on as well, and Liam and Ken. I haven't got Mark yet. That's the other one I'm trying to get on. Cool. I was saying I got another guest lined up. It's him, but he's been busy, so
sure.
Trying to get more people on here, but just to chat about metal because I don't know how many more people you can do that with until someone's like, I want to chat about this.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I always approach interviews with I try and look at what they've done like recently that they might want to really push. As I say, I guess that comes at the cost of the fact that I do script so much that I don't allow a lot for this kind of free-flowing conversation. That is something I would definitely like to get better at, and that's something I'm very envious that you are able to do very easily, because I can't do that very easily. I'm not an especially sociable person. I can't direct a conversation unless I know exactly what I'm going to say, or be on the receiving end where you're asking me the questions. I can do that. That's fine. But if I'm in the driver's seat, so to speak, I want to know exactly what I want to say. Which that works for me, but I'd like to be more free flowing.
Yeah, I mean, I like improvising things, as I do a bit of acting as well. I'm part of a community theatre group here in Bristol, and usually I know roughly what my character is. I know roughly what he's going to say. I'll just say, and hopefully some of those lines that I've said will end up in the script.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So I've always been naturally good at improvising things, scripting things, not so much, but noting things down and roughly like, all right, I'm going to talk about this. And then hopefully something will come up the top of my head. And there you go.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Usually.
Yeah, because I was always, because I have a background in theatre as well. And I was always the opposite. It put me in an improvisational setting. I completely block, just nothing's coming out. But give me time to devise something.
Yeah.
That's where I can really come up with something good, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's different for people.
Yeah, definitely.
Quite much different. Like you say, you script a lot of your stuff. I don't.
Yeah.
I should script a little bit. It's like, especially if I'm going to do like the Metal Vault videos, like right, I'm going to talk about this band. I need to know this amount, like when they formed, what members they had, what members they currently have, what album I'm going to talk about. Find a odd fact about this album, stuff like that.
It actually rings true, because the only things I don't script are the top 10 albums of the year videos and the Bloodstock videos. Yeah, exactly. The top 10s, I've got the list. I know which bands I'm gonna talk about. I can talk about why I like them or whatnot. And anytime that it's my brother and our mate Ruben talking about Bloodstock, that's not scripted either. I can do that. The Bloodstock guide video was heavily scripted. That was like wall to floor text that went on for like 10 pages.
Wow.
But you know, you get in the rhythm of writing, it's fine. But yeah, some of the videos are not scripted. Most of them are. I'm just more comfortable doing it that way. I'm not a witty guy. I'm
Again,
really not.
like again, it's different for everyone. Well, especially like the Bloodstock guide one. Obviously, you can be like, right, write it down so you can tell people
Yeah,
what to do at Bloodstock.
yeah.
What
That
you
was
need to do at Bloodstock in order to survive it, so to speak.
yeah. That video was a lot of work. I'm really glad that video did really well. I had 4 people this year's Bloodstock say that they watched that, and it was a big help. So that was
Just
awesome.
ones who like brand new to Bloodstock.
Yeah, people who were going for the first time, literally searching up Bloodstock guide, and my video popped up, which is amazing.
That's good. Yeah, that's good because I wish I had that when I went in 2010 because no one was doing that. I just turned up and hopefully I did well enough to have still a little bit of money to buy food,
Yeah,
get some beer, and that's about it. Not the first year, no. Second year did a little bit better. But now we got this video. So before we wrap up this long chat, because I don't know how long we've been going, because it's like 10 minutes past 8 now.
the time has flown, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, it's good to have someone on the channel that we can bounce off each other. And
I've had a blast, but dude, it's been awesome.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much for coming on, Chris. And if people want to check out Crushing Sounds, I have everything down in the description below. And for anyone planning on going to Bloodstock next year, that video will be down below, either in the description or I might just put in the comment section. Section. I cannot talk at all. I get tongue-tied. In the comment section saying like interview with Crushing Sound, Chris of Crushing Sounds, Bloodstock guide video to anyone going to Bloodstock next year, because it will be a big help for anyone.
Yeah, and there'll be an updated one to come.
An updated one to come, because someone will be in the comments like, I don't know what.
Oh, but the Guinness stand wasn't
Where's
actually
the Guinness
there.
stands? Like, do you like cocktails?
Yeah, we go every year. I'll update it as we go. Leave me alone.
Every year, leave them alone. If it's there this year, so I'm like, you said there was a Guinness stand.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't know that till I got there, would I?
Just, just like this. Noobs. I'm a Bloodstock veteran, really. So, but yeah, so everything be in the description below. Crushing Sounds, his band Smile More, of course, and once again, thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much, man. I've had such a good time.
And yeah, I'm glad we got you on here, because we spoke about it at Gig, saying I'll get you on and you can get my band on.
Yeah, don't the Aventail interview is coming. Don't you worry.
You can talk to me or Alex about that.
Yeah, no worries.
It'll be really good.
It will happen. Don't you worry.
It will happen, so people will know more of Aventail, and there will be some new things to come. And also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it around, notification bells, and you can get up to date. Do the same with Chris and Crushing Sounds. Subscribe, like the video, like his videos, share them, click the notification bell so you'll keep up to date with all his stuff, album reviews, top 10s. I said interviews, didn't I? And so many things. Yes, all metal related content. So keep the banner of metal held high. I've been Jacob Jake's Metal Chat. He's been Chris of Crushing Sounds. Have a great rest of your Halloween wherever you are in the world, and see you all next time.